Welcome back to PDubTV. We got many interesting topics for you today. So let's start with shot put and discus at PW.
Today we're going to go over the shot put and discus program at PW. PW has always been throwing far the past few years in shot put and discus. Both the discus and shot put records are held in the past 5 years, with Isaiah Schaefer, now a national champion in shot put, and Nathan Spitzley dominating at GVSU. PW has great intentions to going big and beyond this year and ready to put out some big marks.
I think the throwers are going to do really well. A year ago, there was a statewide pundit and goes by the moniker of Michigan Speed Ratings, and he goes and he ranks all of the different events in track and field, and he rates teams. And he rated the PW boys throwing team as the #1 throwing crew in all of Division III. Given the amount of talent and the work ethic and everything that we have coming back this year, I think that we're going to hold on to that #1 ranking. It's going to take a full team effort. That's what this team is all about. We need to have really strong throws, which we will. We also need to have really strong sprints and really strong distance in field events just in general.
Guam, Westphalia has always took weightlifting serious and to the next level. Let's see what Gavin Nurnberg has to say.
Last year I was a little bit undersized, I would say. If you look at like pictures of the state finals, me on the podium, I was a little guy, so I kind of wanted to add size, so really focused on eating a lot, getting my sleep, and especially I wanted to work on like the form a lot. I really focused on getting that wide sweep out of the back this year, and I got to catch it deeper. I think it's going to be a really good season. We're going to hit some big marks. Me and Dalton really want to hit high 50s. Like I want to start out, hit the school record. Like that's my first thing. I want to get that out of the way. We'll see what we can do from there.
Not only is the team ready to throw this season, they are ready to make PRs and win state finals. This is Dalton Brown with PDubTV.
Thanks, Dalton. All right, now let's go. Oh, we have another serious topic: the Ukraine and Russian war. We're going to be going to Colton for this one.
Today we're going to talk about how the Russian-Ukraine war has affected the rest of the world's economy and how Russia has been continuously attacking Ukraine. We sat down with Mrs. Adams to discuss that question. When we first heard the Ukraine war was going to happen, what was your first thought when it came to the economy?
I don't know if I made the connection economically right away. You know, I was familiar with the Ukraine, but it was really later when I realized how much they contributed globally that there was going to have that big of an impact. So I think the more I learned about the Ukraine, the more it kind of became apparent that there were going to be implications on the economy.
When did you know that the prices of some goods and services were going to go up drastically?
Again, I think as it kind of became revealed that, you know, the Ukraine was a major wheat producer in the world and that they were one of the major, you know, agricultural producers globally in a lot of different things, that we were going to see some ripple effects from that. Then we were likely going to see kind of shortages in some of those areas. So as the more I learned about kind of what Ukraine did and how they operated on a global scale, it became apparent. Yeah.
What was your reaction when you saw those prices of goods jump by $1 or $2 or even more?
Yeah, I think it, you know, I don't recall it happening, you know, so immediately, like an overnight thing. It was one of those that they kind of creeped up, and just kind of wondering how high it was going to go. And I think also just starting to notice that things that, you know, again, it wasn't like an overnight suddenly stuff is costing, you know, twice as much. You just saw it go up a little bit here and there. And then it's one of those when you stop to think about how much it was maybe a year ago, that you start to notice how much more things were. So yeah, since it was gradual, I think it was, you know, just wondering, well, where does it stop? Where does it, what's the top here?
Russia is losing millions of dollars a day, not being able to trade with anyone. When do you think they'll pull out of the war, if they pull out of the war?
I think they have to have a change in leadership. I think as long as Putin is calling the shots, I don't think they're going to change their path that they're on. Just because if they were going to, I think we would have already seen it. I think we've seen the things that should have motivated somebody to stop the path that they're on, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So I think we would need to see a change in leadership before that would happen.
Colton Heckman covering the Ukraine war. Back to the desk.
Wow, that was an interesting topic. All right, now for the last and final topic, varsity track, the running aspects with Colin Farmer.
Since 776 BC, track and field has pushed the limits of the human body, and every other year, the best runners in the world will get together to race for the world championship. Well, high schoolers may not be fast enough for that, but every year all of the teams in the state of Michigan will get together to race their division for the state championship. This is a difficult meet to win, but Scott Warner is preparing his teams to try to do so.
On the boys, there are going to be 3 schools that are going to be fighting for the team title. PW, Benzie Central, and Hart. If Hart or Poamo Westphalia win it, it's going to be because that they have probably 10 to 12 individuals that are going to be contributing towards scoring points. That's vastly different than the Benzie Central one-person situation. On the girls' side, though, it's going to come down to the same 2 teams as last year, likely. It's going to come down between Hart and PW. Olivet is an awfully good team as well. I have a lot of respect for them, and I'd say even Lansing Catholic has some pieces that they're going to score a lot of points.
The point system is very easy to understand but difficult to use the right way if you're a coach. The higher the place, the more points you get. 8th place is last place for points at 1, and 1st place gets you 10. Being top 8 in a single race at the state finals is very difficult, so there are a lot of strategies that go into determining which events to race people in.
You're trying to score as many points as possible, but every time that you compete in another event, it's that much more difficult to be able to maintain really high levels of performance. So there has to be a lot of evaluation in the athlete and in the field and who you're going against to try to maximize those points, to try to figure out what's the best way to score points.
Nonetheless, Scott and his team of coaches are working diligently to prepare his athletes to perform at the best of their ability. The boys have been runner-up twice and have won once, and the girls have been runner-up 3 times and have won 5 times, both teams hoping to add one more championship this year.
Thank you, Colin. And now, time for the joke of the day. That was funny. Thank you for watching PDubTV. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one.